So this is part two for the story time for today. Um, as I was saying, um, I asked the guy at the Savage Place how the truck driver was doing because I saw the truck. It was messed up, and I had just gotten my husband's stuff out of his truck, and I looked back and I saw the big truck, and I just knew that this man had some kind of empathy in his heart. I knew that he was going to have some kind of feelings about taking somebody's family member away from them, somebody's father from them, somebody's husband, friend, mother, lover, whatever he was to whoever he was. It was not their life to take, okay? So when he told me that, when I asked about the truck driver, and he said, don't you worry about it. He's a good old boy and a man of the cloth, and you'll never see a dime. He meant that because he knew what happened at that accident scene that night. He knew exactly what he was talking about because when I got the accident report, would you believe Georgia State Patrol wrote a ticket on a person that was deceased to let a man get off on vehicular homicide? They did that. And they're the ones that's responsible for upholding the law on our byways and the roadways and all of that. So if they're not protecting my family, they're not protecting your family either. They not. They not. For 8 years, well, let me go back. Because the witness that I was talking about earlier, the witness that told my dad the week after that he saw the person that man, when he hit your daughter's husband, I saw that. If I would have been up to the stop sign a few seconds earlier, he would have hit me too. Now, why was he off both sides of the road? And if he saw a generator light or a tailgate light go off, you in a big truck. So why did you run up there like that and come off both sides of the road? If you would have just remained in your lane, you wouldn't have took a life. It didn't happen like that because he did it on purpose. He killed him on purpose, and he got away with it, and Georgia State Patrol protected him through it. That's why that man at the Savage Place told me, don't you worry about it. He's a good old boy and a man of the cloth, okay? And I'm not telling a lie about this. And the funny thing about it is, my husband, his tag number was 154. And the car that night, the state patrol officer that was working that night, that car number was 154. And it was real strange to me because it stood out, okay? For 8 years, I fought for my children. And I say my children because mine and all the ones that he had that was outside of our marriage. I'm talking about all the children. They gave us, me and 7 children, they gave us $500,000, of which $260,000 went to the attorneys. Yeah, $240,000 went to us. Now you tell me where the justice is in that. And you tell me if I was standing there looking like something else, somebody else, would it have went that way? And since Donald Trump is the president and a lot of, our men voted for him, and I'm talking to y'all, the ones that's in the law, the ones that can make the changes, the ones that can look into stuff and see where they're holding us down at, you need to step up. Since your president, our president, is saying that he's there for us and he want to make a difference, that's the first thing he need to do. He need to right their wrongs, because it's wrong for a state patrol officer to let a killer go. It's wrong. If that truck driver would have looked like you, and I'm talking to the men that look like me, because we're not treated the same. We're not. Everybody knows that. And if you think that, they think that you're equal, they don't. And I love everybody. I was taught to love everybody, and I do. I have friends that, when I see people that are loving people, I don't see color. I see color only when there's some crazy stuff going on or some crazy stuff that went on. Then that's when I see color. And anybody that knows me, they knows that I don't hate anybody. I love everybody. I spread love everywhere I go because I know how important it is. But these people, they took somebody very important for us, and they never made it right. That $240,000, that meat, that, are you serious? And that's what happened. And then they have you to sign this paper because you got bills piling up. You got to provide for your children. And you barely able to make it because your husband is gone. The person that you could go to and be like, well, I need money for this and I need money for that. And you get the money because he was being who he's supposed to be. Okay? So I'm not too happy or too comfortable with the way that we're treated. I'm not. And a change needs to come because let me tell you something. It happened to me. It can happen to you too. And those are the facts. And you know, that situation, it really bothers me. And then as far as my son is concerned, I have a lot of questions there too, because the guy that shot him, he was supposed to be in prison for 15 years for jumping on 3 police officers, put one in the hospital. He got sentenced in 2022, okay, with 15 years. Why was he out of prison? Why was he out of prison? And I hear that there was an altercation in the prison between me and this person. So if I'm sitting here thinking that something happened there that needs to be investigated, I got a reason to feel like that because I know that they're playing chess. And the first thing that you do when you're playing chess is you oppress a people. I know that. And I don't know what kind of retaliation I'm going to get. I really don't care. I don't, because my son gave me some bravery that I didn't have before, because something got to change. And people are always pointing their hands and worried about the wrong things. Start worrying about the right things. Start worrying about the things that matter, and stop walking around here spreading so much hatred, and open your eyes and see what's going on. But all you do is do this. And we're the people that don't want to see the next person make it. We hate on each other. And that's so wrong. But that was that. I don't want to speak too much into what happened with my son. I know I'm getting ready to seek legal counsel. And if anything happened to me, my daughters better seek legal counsel, because I have a big question here. And I want to know why this man was out of prison when he was serving 15 years for what he was serving it for. I want to know that, because I really feel like, well, I'm not going to say that because I want this video to be factual. I don't want nobody to be coming back to me saying I told a lie on this, that, and the other. Everything that I've said on this post and all the others, all my story times, or whatever y'all want to call it, my history of what happened with me in this life, this is my history. And one day, my grandchildren are going to look back on this. That's why I watch what I do and say on social media, because we have to remain in love at all times. And some people don't understand that. And words can get crossed up when you putting your words on folks' posts and stuff. Come on with it. Because I ain't got no problem with posting anything, because guess what? Your words do not mean nothing to me, because I never live my life by anybody else's words. I always made my own decisions. I'm Scorpio. That's what we do. We don't conform. We don't. We don't. And if it don't line up, it just don't. And sometimes we gonna speak out. That's just who we are. But yeah. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And be careful out there on those roadways, because if the wrong person shows up, a man of the cloth, you're in trouble. And so is your family.